nervous about this sign, but I always want to take a picture by it, even though I live here. I'm like, still a tourist. Alright, so we are going to be going on one of our favorite little hikes here in Glacier National Park today. It's mid-March. And before we jump onto that trail though, we're going to show you Lake McDonald Lodge. It's beautiful, great views from here.
So beautiful. Yeah, it was like a little ice.
Yeah, this part can be pretty icy. Brooke loves walking in the ice, don't you? So what is the shuffle? What's the Montana shuffle? That's what you got to learn. Almost. Okay, dry ground. That's all you have to do now, Brooke. If you made it and we decided to walk on this little brick trail, this helps out. I decided to put on her little metal cleats, take on this area, and I'm going to brave it and hopefully don't make a fool out of myself.
Well, I'm moving faster than I would if I didn't have these things on, that's for sure.
Look at that water. It's just crystal clear. So, if you don't know, Brooke and I are originally from South Louisiana, so it's not like that big of a deal for normal people, but for us, clear water is a huge deal. Every time we see crystal clear water, which you'll see even more of today in the rivers,
So clear.
It's gorgeous. Look at that view.
Totally beautiful all around, wherever you look.
Yeah,
not
so
just like in this one isolated spot.
Lake McDonald is, I believe, the deepest lake in Glacier, and it goes up to like 400 feet deep at some spots. So this is a creek that comes out to Lake McDonald right on the other side of the lodge, and normally this is all water. Today it's frozen over pretty good. You need to use the restrooms here before you jump on the trail. There are a couple of restrooms right before you would start down the road, which, by the way, is going to be blocked off at this time of the year. Okay, so we wanted to kind of give you a heads up on what kind of gear might be helpful on a day like today. Anytime through the winter you can come on this hike, but you're going to be walking through snow, and today...
Yes, it's a little icy, so for me, I'm wearing some good hiking shoes, and I have these things called snow tracks, which are pretty much just some little cleats that you attach to your hiking shoes to help you not slip in the ice.
Yeah, so there's a white-tailed deer on the trail ahead of us right here. Most of the deer I've seen in the park here have not been easily spooked, as there's not really any threat against them here, other than grizzlies.
I love deer.
You love deer?
I
I love you, deer. Look, there she is. Hiding right there, right off the trail. Hey there, pretty thing. Oh, there she goes. Oh, there's a couple. There's another one in there. There's a couple in there right now. Just let them be. Don't want to spook them. Don't want to bother them too much. At 2¼ miles, you're going to end up right here at the Johns Lake Trailhead. Johns Lake is up here. And we are going to come back out somewhere around this side. Basically, the Johns Lake Trailhead is going to pass over McDonald Creek, and we'll end up on the other side hiking through the woods.
This is a great beginner, family-friendly trail.
Yeah, we're not professional hikers. We're not going to hike Everest next week.
No, we are not.
But maybe the week after, because we're on track. So it's pretty simple, great family trail. You just got to, at this time of the year, walk a couple of miles before you even get to it, but it's worth it. Okay, so we are going to be coming up on the left side McDonald Falls stop, and that stop is right before the Johns Lake Trailhead starts for us. So at the McDonald Falls, you can go down the stairs if you like. You can come to the overlook. Beautiful, beautiful shot, but we're actually going to be on the other side looking at this view from the trail right down there. These guys professional photographer. I think he's getting pictures of mountain goats. Are you being polite? Yes, a little bit. Up ahead, there's a sign that says Sacred Dancing Cascade. And that is where we like to take a left to go down to the bridge that starts the Johns Lake Trailhead. But
it's super slippery. But we're gonna go for it.
We're gonna go for it. And I'm gonna record the whole way just in case something really great happens. Oh, well, that didn't take long. All right, I'm gonna stay right here for a sec. Oh, Brooke is still at the beginning. She's very cautious, but she doesn't slip like I do. Now, we did not bring hiking sticks with us, but some sweet people let Brooke borrow one. In the meantime, look at some of the really cool moss and stuff here. I love seeing this kind of stuff.
You want to go bring them their stick back?
Sure. Well, you still have a little area here. So that's the view. That is the killer spot right here. We like it so much. We're gonna camp out right here for lunch. So we're on the Johns Lake Trailhead now.
Of course, if you come in the summer, it'll be a totally different experience. So.
Absolutely. You probably noticed I put a beanie on too. I get earaches pretty easily, so it's a little nippier up here than I thought. But we're gonna go ahead and get lunch so we can see this view right behind us. Okay, so we found a pretty sweet spot right here along Lake McDonald, right at the same height as some of the falls. And we're gonna enjoy our lunch here.
Yeah, so just a couple things that you need is you definitely want to bring a snack on this hike. Lunch would be, or a meal would be great. Lots of water, gloves, beanie, all of that's helpful, especially if you're coming in the winter.
This is a life, huh, babe?
Yeah.
What a day. You could do this every week.
I bet.
Okay, well, that was lunch at one of our favorite spots in the park. Easy spot to get to, even in the winter. So we're gonna jump on the other side of the creek? On the other side of the creek and head back.
There he is. He's taking photos again. Everywhere we go and everything we do. I don't mind. It's his thing. He loves it. He's good at it. All right,
here we go.
next leg.
Okay, so this is where we come up from the bridge, go up the river a little bit for lunch, and then now we're going to stay on this side of McDonald Creek and head down the path in the woods until we get back to the road. Okay, so once Brooke finishes shuffling through this snow in that little area, you get to a spot that has really cool little rock formations. They're kind of covered up by the snow right now, but they're like layers of snow, of rocks. They look like they're like cut out at a quarry or something almost. This would be a pretty great spot for lunch as well, and in the summertime looks like a killer spot to try to jump in for a swim. Yeah, so great rock formations. You can kind of see under the water a little here, but they just continue up. It's just a really cool spot. It's almost like a natural amphitheater for the views, the majesty. The glory of Glacier. Okay, we're going uphill now on the ice.
Oh my gosh.
This is gonna be something. Let's see that Montana Shuffle in action. There it is, that's a Montana Shuffle.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh. Okay, I know this isn't like the glamorous part of the hike, but this is the reality of the hike. Upper McDonald Creek, Johns Lake Loop, that's where we're headed. There's a horse loop this way. Apparently they do horse trails as well.
Montanans like their horses. Okay, so the temptation when you're doing trails like this, especially when you're on the second leg of it, is to just look forward and get it done. But don't forget to look around. It's absolutely breathtaking.
And look down, because you never know when this could take you right off your feet. Wow, it's just sheets of ice. I mean, this is like the most ice we've ever seen doing this trail. Okay, so from the other side of the road, before we got to the Johns Lake Trailhead, we stopped at the McDonald Falls Overlook, and now we're on the opposite side of that. Now it's a little bit snowy and icy, but you can get pretty close to the falls here. So Brooke, you discovered a new move for the ice?
Yeah. On the Montana crab walk. I've gotten so comfortable being in the trees. Literally in the trees. The good thing about Montana is there's no critters.
No critters in Montana. You never have to worry about a grizzly or a mountain lion. So we're talking about the kind of shoe that would be best for terrain like this. You've got dirt, you've got rocks, you've got ice and snow.
Right.
Brooke wants something with all spikes, but I think it might be a little much whenever you're on rocks and dirt. I think. Have you ever seen Mr. Gadget? Inspector Gadget? Not Mr. Inspector?
No, that's not right.
Something with spikes that just come out when you need them. Press a button, spike time. Okay, we're literally almost out of the woods right now, and you could literally like almost ice skate on this stuff. Okay, so towards the end of the Johns Lake Loop, we come across McDonald Creek one more time on this one-way bridge.
So pretty.
Yeah. So that's kind of most of the hike. That's the scenic part. Right up here, we get back up on the road and head back towards the parking spot at Lake McDonald Lodge. But you're treated to some gorgeous views one last time. That's a great little hike. A few hours. What did it take us? I mean, with a lunch break?
Like an hour and a half. 2 hours. I don't know, more than that.
6 hours.
2.5 hours, 3 hours.
3 hours. It's as fast as you go. It's really how long it takes. So it's all up to you.
You could definitely do it in an hour and a half if you were moving.
Yeah. If you were like a gazelle, no problem. Okay, so we're coming back upon the Lake McDonald parking lot where we parked.
Yep, we did it.
Yeah. Not too strenuous of a hike. We're in for about 8 miles or so total, but great late winter hike to get into Glacier here.
Pretty level 8 miles. Not much.
So come check it out, and we're going to just say don't forget to breathe.
Yes.
Don't forget to get out.
Enjoy life.
Yeah.